Chelsey, we're here at ISPOR 2026.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about your experience here at the conference. What have you seen that's most interesting?
This has been such a great conference. I've had a chance over the first 2 days to go to a lot of sessions so far, really learning from those speakers and the conversations I'm having here at the booth. And I think there are really three themes that are standing out to me for this ISPOR. The first one is a lot of discussion on MFN and international reference pricing. So the Globe and Guard programs, as well as the Generous program, what do those mean for manufacturers? And what are the strategies that they're starting to implement in terms of their global launch strategy? What does that mean in terms of pricing strategy? And some really great thinking around here about what that'll mean overall and thinking down the road a little bit for launches across North America and Europe and beyond. So that's the first thing. The second thing that stood out, a lot of AI. And I know we talked a lot about AI last year in the fall conference as well in Glasgow, but this time I see so much change, even in just 6 months. We've had a lot of growth and change in AI, a lot of different uses, more mature and exciting uses. I've heard about large language models, natural language processing, machine learning, agentic and agentic models being used. I've heard about applications across HEOR in real-world evidence and market access. It's really exciting. So that's been a second theme that stood out a lot, and especially responsible use of these things. They're really exciting, but we have to use them the right way and make sure that it's transparent in how we're using it and that we have human in the loop to ensure that all the results are real and there's no hallucination. So really exciting there. The third thing, my favorite thing, patient experience. There's been a lot of talk about how outcomes beyond just the endpoints that we see in clinical trials and in some of our more traditional HEOR studies. So what are we doing in thinking about the diagnostic process and getting access to medicine, the patient experience while they're on therapy and beyond, the entire patient journey? And what does that mean in terms of the digital transformation we've had in that patient-centric data? We have access to telemedicine now. We have access to patient portals. How can we use that data and really, truly enhance the patient experience? So those are the things that have stood out to me. I'm really excited for the rest of today and the last day tomorrow.
Prediction. Do you have anything in mind?
Yeah. A lot of what we've talked about is how not only are we able to use AI to be more efficient in use of, in creation of models or the way we're using data, but also be able to think in different ways. So a lot of what we talked about at our luncheon today was it's not just, I can use AI to make this model faster, but I can use AI to make 8 different iterations of this model so that I can very quickly work through all the different theoreticals and assumptions I'm making rather than just going with one structure. So that's a way that you're being both more efficient, but also expanding your thinking and creating a better product.
So what are customers looking for when they're asking you about AI?
I think there's a lot of interest and curiosity, first of all, because it may be something that they've been challenged to do within their organization. A lot of organizations have the drive toward, making that a company goal, 2030 goal, something like that. There's a lot of interest there in how are we doing things that can fit into their goals. I think there's just a lot of interest in how to go beyond the basics. Everyone knows that it can help you move faster, be more efficient. But how can you be more effective? So I think challenging us to think beyond just efficiency to that effectiveness in our work as HEOR professionals. So that's what really stands out to me in those conversations.
It's great to hear that everyone's not just latching on and wanting to move quickly.
Yeah.
A little bit of caution to make sure that we're doing the right thing.
Yes, absolutely. Responsible use is incredibly important. It's not just about thinking ahead of the curve, but thinking ahead of the curve with that transparency and making sure that everything we do is something that you can clearly see, the human thought behind it. There's always adjustments to be made in how we think about our use of AI, and we're just continuing to evolve that thinking and making sure that it's aligned with the core audience of what we're creating. So if they don't trust the AI and what we're doing, then it's never going to work. So working in collaboration with our partners that, hey, this is the way forward. This is what our payer audience is saying. This is what our physician audience is saying. That's really what's key.
What are payers looking for out of AI?
think there's still a lot of questions of, and wanting to kind of look and see and grow with AI and what is that, able to provide in terms of the efficiencies, of course, that we see, but effectiveness in thinking about, what is the right iteration and application of AI in examining the evidence for a product. So we're starting to see major HTA bodies say, hey, AI is okay with us, within the boundaries and parameters we've set. Or, we'll consider something that has AI. So there is interest in viability of using AI in responsible use, continue again and again, human in the loop, making sure that it's, it's well formulated.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Chelsey. I hope you have a great rest of your conference.
Thanks. You too, Chris.
Thanks.